Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So let's allow more people to join. So let's wait for a couple more seconds. Okay, I think we can get started. So thanks everyone for joining us today. My name is Jim. I'm the admissions administration representative at Institute of Global Specialists. So today, one of our instructors, Holy Gracey, and my colleague Poco from the admission team is also here with me today to give you some insight about our programs. For today's info sessions, we will begin with some general information such as admission requirements, fee structures. And after this brief information, we will get into the programs in detail. Our guest speaker, Holly, she will talk after the program details, so stay tuned for that. And toward the end, there's a Q&A section. We will be more than happy to answer your question at that time. But if you have any questions during our presentations, you are welcome to type it on the chat box. And my colleague, Yulia, she will help answer your questions. To give you a little bit of general information about who we are in our programs, the Institute of Global Specialists is owned by a non-profit organization, the Canadian Society of Immigration Consultants, which was the previous regulator of immigration consultants in Canada. We are now located in St. John, New Brunswick. Currently, we offer 6 online programs. Sorry for the slides, but right now we only offer 6 programs, and everything is 100% online. That includes your study material, lectures, assignment, and exams. All the programs are designed using the Harvard Business School case study method of teaching. And all the programs are offered in English only. There's no language requirement to join, so you are welcome to apply as long as you are if you are fluent in reading, studying in English. There's no age limit to join either. We do accept international students. International students pay the same rate as our Canadian students. As we provide fully online program, you can be anywhere around the globe to take our programs. In regards to time difference, you get to schedule your own study time. As long as you are meeting the deadlines that we are setting for you, you should be good. Make sure that you are devoting at least 10 to 20 hours per week into your studies. You should be fine. Some students have questions about placement. Like most colleges and universities, we will offer career placement support to our students, such as help with writing resumes, identifying job opportunities and networks, improve your job interview skills, things like that. But it will be ultimately up to you to seek employment after completing the program. So we will provide necessary help that can get you on the field. Our instructors are here to guide you, of course. They are people who have been working in their industry for decades and are still actively involved in their field. IGS carefully vetted each instructors and highly qualified individual to design and teach all our programs. So you're not just learning about the theory, you're actually learning about the real experience from it. You're more than welcome to take advantage of that. So all the detailed and bio about our instructors are available on our website, globalspecialist.org, and we encourage you to check them out. The tuition fee for all IGS program is now 586 Canadian per module. We offer a flexible payment plan that student can pay on module by module basis. There are 6 to 9 modules depending on the program, and each module is about 4 to 5 weeks long. That means you are expected to pay 1 module per month. Also, if you are interested in only taking specific module, instead of the whole program, you can have the choice to take the module individually. For example, in our Canadian Immigration Law Specialist program, you can choose to take only the refugee module if you wish. We have the next start is scheduled for July 4th. You can apply anytime from now before July 4th. Another thing to mention about is we also offer scholarship and financing. Please contact us for more information about that after our presentation. We are happy to answer your questions by phone or by email. Now, I will be talking about each program in details. I will be covering 3 programs, and Paul will be going over the other 3 programs. The first program I'm going to talk about is the Canada Border Service Specialist Program. This program is designed and taught by a former CBSA officers and experts who have over 15 years of experience in the field. This program will enable you with essential border services, procedures, and prepares you to become a capable professionals in immigration, customs, import, export, or concerning border services. This program has 7 modules and is 29 weeks long. And once you complete this program, you can seek employment in the public sector, such as, of course, CBSA, and also the Immigration Department of Canada, as well as the private sectors with the company that those dealing with the cross-border regulation and processes such as Walmart, Costco, those huge companies dealing with the import-exporting business. And then the next program I'm going to cover is the Global Immigration Specialist Program. There are 6 modules in this program. And then this program is 26 weeks long. This program will cover on the different global immigration paths through investments, such as purchasing property and business overseas, to get the different citizenship or PR. You are going to learn about over 20 countries that offer this program. Countries like Caribbean countries, some European countries, and some East Asian countries as well. You will be able to identify the needs and the risks for your clients so that you can find the most efficient routes for them to immigrate in a corporate context. All our GIX instructors have been practicing and providing immigration services globally for over 20 or even 30 years. So you are definitely welcome to take it to learn more and take advantage from the experience. So once you complete this program, you will receive a diploma from us, which will qualify you to write an exam with the regulatory body, Global Society of Immigration Specialists, and work as a chartered global immigration specialist to provide service around the globe. And then the next program I'm going to cover is the Global Education Specialist Program. Upon completion of this program, you could work as an international student agent for elementary, secondary schools, or university and colleges to receive commissions from them. And on the other hand, you could work as a consultant to help students and their families with the right admission process to get into their dream schools. There are 8 modules in this program, and it's 38 weeks long. This program focuses on over 20 countries again. You are going to learn about different levels of education system in countries like Canada, down in the States, Europe, countries like Germany, New Zealand, Australia, and some East Asian countries such as Singapore, China as well. It also covers immigration aspects such as how to apply for study permit or visa, and of course the ethical framework of this industry. You're going to learn the different financial aids available for international students, so you are able to help your clients applying for the funding. We are going to teach you how to build connections with schools as a designated agents and build a great relationship with your clients as an education advisor. All our GES instructors are coming from different parts of the world with amazing background. They have over 20 years of experience on the field. Some are former admission officers and recruiters at post-secondary educations. Some are exploring processing admissions to K-12 educations. Together, we believe they can provide a comprehensive knowledge and the on-field experience that you need to become a successful agent. Once you complete this whole program, you will be able to write an exam with the regulatory body, Global College of Education Specialists, and work as a chartered global education specialist. Now, Paul, he will go over the other three programs in detail.
Thank you, Jen. My name is Poe, and I'm the Admissions and Student Affairs Representative at the Institute of Global Specialists. I'll now be going over the remaining three programs that we offer, beginning with the Foreign Service and International Development Specialist Program. Like all of our programs, the Foreign Service and International Development Specialist Program is completely online. There are 6 modules and is 24 weeks long. The program will introduce students to the world of diplomacy in bilateral and multilateral settings. The program will examine real-world examples of diplomacy involving Canada and other countries, such as the relationship between Canada and the US. Students will develop essential diplomatic skills such as intergovernmental negotiation and networking. And these diplomacy skills are not just specific to Canada. They are transferable skills for anyone who wishes to join a career in diplomacy anywhere in the world. The program will also cover how to manage international development projects and the effects of globalization, which are major priorities for NGOs and Global Affairs Canada. Many careers exist in international affairs that are not simply diplomatic jobs. There are different types of careers which can be at the regional, local, or international level. This may include working on the ground at a local NGO or at international organizations such as the WTO and the UN. Our program helps prepare students for these various types of career opportunities. I'd also like to take a moment to highlight the instructors in the program. Our instructors have 15 to 30 years of experience as foreign officers with the government or as development specialists. So they are very knowledgeable and well-connected in the industry. The next program that I'll cover today is the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program. This program is geared toward anyone who wishes to have an in-depth understanding of how to navigate the immigration system in Canada. Using the Harvard case study method of teaching, the program covers key aspects of Canadian immigration law and regulations. Please note that this program is not meant for those wishing to become a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. That is a profession regulated by the College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultants. However, there are promising career opportunities after taking our program, such as working for the government or for NGOs or at an existing consulting firm. Our program is taught by immigration consultants who have decades of experience navigating the Canadian immigration system. There are 9 modules in the program, and it is 42 weeks long. This is the longest program that we offer, as it covers the complexities of Canada's immigration system. The program covers topics such as PR and citizenship, economic class, family class, temporary class, appeals, hearings, and detentions, and refugees. The last program that I'll talk about today is the Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Specialist Program. This program consists of 7 modules and is 28 weeks long. Our program will introduce students to the theoretical and the practical applications of machine learning and data science. Through data analysis and visualization, students will learn how to use AI technologies to optimize their business. This program also includes live instructor lessons, so it's very hands-on. The program will cover Python, Jupyter Notebooks, and Google Colab. All of our instructors are leading experts with backgrounds in both data science and in business. This means that they have the academic and the real-world expertise to help students succeed. The program is perfect for business professionals who work with any type of data and who wish to stay competitive by using the power of machine learning and data science. Finally, I'd like to highlight our free career placement support module. This free module is available to our students to help them transition seamlessly to a new job. This module helps students with networking, identifying career opportunities, resume building, and interviewing skills. Now, I'd like to introduce one of our instructors, Holly Gracey. Holly has been involved in the immigration consulting profession for almost 35 years. She has a passion for teaching, and she has been an instructor since 2009. She specializes in Canadian immigration applications for all federal and provincial economic classes. Holly teaches in the Global Immigration Specialist Program, the Global Education Specialist Program, and the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program. Welcome, Holly. I think you're muted there, Holly.
Thanks. Sorry, I was having both intermittent internet issues. So if I suddenly disappear, don't fear, I will log back in.
Well, thanks for the heads up, Holly.
I also have construction noise going on, which just happens to have stopped right now. So hopefully we'll get through this without them coming back and destroying my presentation. So I just wanted to welcome and thank everyone for taking the time today to come and learn about our programs. I'm just one of the many instructors in the programs offered through the IGS. So I'll give you a little bit of background about me as well as what I teach. So originally my background was in corporate legal research. And I guess I better update Poe because I actually have 36 years of experience. It'll be 37 in August. Operating an international immigration consulting firm. I know I've been around for a really long time. But I've also had a lot of other focuses, inclusive of international organization structuring, board governance, as well as instruction in Canadian and international immigration law and business practices. Most of my personal practice has been targeting high net worth business people in relocating internationally. So not only to Canada, but worldwide. But I've also been involved in guiding many of them in their business establishments within these various jurisdictions. However, as immigration will usually cause you to diversify over the years because of demand and need of your clients, I also became involved in temporary classes such as international students. I've helped skilled workers migrate, as well as have united families through the family class. So I've been teaching with the Canadian Immigration Law Program for the last 12 years, and I've been an instructor with the IGS for the last year. But I've also become a very active mentor to many of our graduates as they set out to establish their businesses globally, or if they're seeking or retaining employment. In some instances, I've co-counseled with our new graduates as they learn, whereas in others, they're just seeking more business guidance, which I happily provide. I actually really enjoy that part of the process as I get to see our students embark on their future successes. So it's really exciting to me. So the courses that I teach, you have a bit of an overview of the Global Immigration Specialist Program, and that focuses on assisting high net worth individuals in securing permanent resident status or citizenship through investment destined to numerous countries. So we're not focusing just on one, we're looking at as many as we possibly can. Citizenship and residency by investment has seen tremendous growth, and opportunities both for applicants as well as their representatives have just been growing exponentially. So I'm an instructor for two of the courses in this specialist program. The first one I teach is the International Business Law. And this module is an introduction to international laws and treaties that can impact our targeted clients. So the main goal is to provide guidance on how to research international jurisdictions and legislation regarding business structure, immigration, taxation, extradition, human rights, as well as inadmissibility issues. We also explore the regulation and legal powers of immigration professionals in these different jurisdictions and how that might impact your ability to represent your prospective clients. And thus when we may need to seek out partnerships with other professionals. So we really look on building up synergies and partnerships. And we get more into that in the second course that I teach, which is the International Business Practice module. And in that module, students learn about international business practices in the context of professionalism, operational practices, marketing, financial strategies, as well as developing your professional prospectus. And we try to make this germane to the ultimate game plan of each individual student. So while we focus a lot on how to set up a business inclusive of development, IT, client file management, marketing, HR, as well as formulating your action contingency and business plans, we also offer an alternative focus because some people are looking to secure or retain employment within this sector. So we try to provide the learners with tools that they need to succeed based on what their personal objectives are. As noted, I also teach one of the courses in the Canadian Immigration Specialist Program. So the overall program covers all classes of Canadian immigration. And it's been, we've seen a lot of lawyers coming to further their education when they want to expand their practices into this area of law, because they don't get this level of training in law school. But we also have seen individuals both in federal and provincial ministries come and take the program over the years. We've also see students who are hoping to gain employment or who are already employed in an immigration practice as clerks or agents, as well as employees within school boards or large corporations which have a high immigration need, as well as those working in or hoping to work for NGOs to offer assistance without charge relative to Canadian immigration and resettlement. It's already been noted that this will not allow you to become a member of the CICC, but it will provide you with diverse opportunities for employment or for business expansion in other ways. We do, however, see some members of the CICC taking select programs with us as it allows them to maintain their knowledge and their competency. So it can also be a great springboard for networking opportunities. I teach learners about the Canadian economic classes of immigration within this overall program. So the Canadian or the economic class of Canadian immigration includes a multitude of different programs to allow foreign nationals to acquire permanent status in Canada. And these include provincial, federal, as well as the Quebec programs, which are designed for skilled workers, semi-skilled workers, as well as entrepreneurs and investors. So we cover all of these inclusive of the many pilot programs that are currently being offered by the federal government to attract the needed skill sets within Canada. So how we do this is we explain the definitions, eligibility criteria, as well as cover inadmissibility issues. And we have the students apply this to case studies to fully comprehend how these programs work. So we try to make it as relevant and practical as possible. We have experienced an awful lot of change within the economic class programs over the last several years, many of which occurred during the pandemic because the needs of Canada changed and they continue to change. It appears that the Canadian government will continue to streamline or fine-tune their priorities in this area of immigration law to meet its economic needs, and thus there's a constant need to stay on top of that change. Lastly, I'm also the instructor of the final module for the Global Education Specialist Program. So the overall program is directed towards those that wish to enter the exciting world of assisting international students. And this is a really fast-paced and, in fact, a very extremely lucrative industry to become involved in. The program is of interest to those who are currently working in the industry, but perhaps weren't able to secure this level of training in the past as it just didn't exist. Or for those wishing to enter the industry, either by setting up your own business or by seeking employment with an agency. It provides you not only with the knowledge you need to assist and guide international students, but also allows you to become a member of the Global Society of Education Specialists, which can really enhance your ability to market yourself internationally. So my module focuses on applying all that you learned in the prior modules and how you're going to apply that practically upon your graduation. So while primarily we're focusing on developing the business plans for those starting a new enterprise or perhaps expanding an existing one, we're also recognize that some may be seeking employment opportunities as an alternative route. So we have also tailored the material to cover specifics that relate directly to the development of your game plan and marketing yourself, if the intent is to seek employment, or for those that are already working in the industry, how you might be able to retain and promote your position with cutting-edge competencies. There are numerous opportunities for graduates of our program, which I really enjoy exploring with all our students. Each student is so unique and will have different plans, diverse focuses, as well as a variation of needs. And I believe that with our very personal approach, we're able to offer through our online studies that each and every learner is able to secure what guidance they need in this respect, not just during their course of study, but for years to come through continued guidance and membership. And I just want to comment that I have been teaching the accredited Canadian immigration program for, I guess, about 12 years. And I still have grads that took the program with me coming to guide me, or vice versa, that I learned from them just as much as they learned from me. So that's the end of my presentation. I really welcome any questions that you may have in respect to the program and any opportunities that await you.
Thank you, Holly.
You're welcome.
Now, before we just jump into the Q&A section, I'd like to take a quick moment to remind everyone of our that the tuition is $586 Canadian per module, and the next start date is July 4th. We do have monthly start dates. So now to conclude our info session, we'd like to hear from you. If you have any questions regarding our programs, please feel free to ask right now by typing in the chat. Jen and I can help address any general questions. And of course, our instructor, Holly Gracey, is here to help address questions on the programs that she teaches. Okay. We have a question here from Elvira. How many months per module? So it depends on what program. Every program that we have has a different duration. So if you could let us know which program you are interested in, maybe we can provide some clarification. Most of our modules are about 4 to 5 weeks each, but every program has a different duration. Are there any other questions? Okay, so Elvira, you've just mentioned you're interested in immigration law specialist program. So the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist program is our longest program. There are 9 modules and it is 42 weeks long. As I mentioned earlier, it covers all the topics of Canadian immigration, of the Canadian immigration system, such as obtaining PR and citizenship, economic class, family class, temporary class, which means like study and work permits, appeals, hearings, detentions, and refugees. So I hope that helps answer your question. If you have specific questions on that program, you can certainly contact us after the presentation, and we can either schedule a call or address your concerns by email. Looks like we have another question related to the Canadian Immigration Law Program. What's the difference between the Global Immigration Specialist Program and the Canadian Immigration Law Program? So that's a common question that we get. The Canadian Immigration Law Program, as I just mentioned, it covers the immigration landscape in Canada. So it is specific to Canada, whereas the Global Immigration Specialist Program, as the name indicates, has a global scope. The Global Immigration Specialist Program helps prepare students to identify global PR and citizenship opportunities through investment and asset management. So students can identify political and financial risks from different countries to help clients choose which country is a best fit for their needs. Holly, as you teach both of those in both of those programs, do you have any other comments on the differences between?
Well, I think the primary difference is that the Canadian program is looking at all means of acquiring status in Canada, whether it's as a skilled worker, or you're coming as a student, coming as a visitor, refugees. So it's the full gamut. Whereas the global specialist program is really focusing only on investors. So they're looking at acquiring status through investment, whether they're acquiring citizenship or residency. So we wouldn't be focusing on it on students in that, or skilled workers or refugees at all. It would only be investors.
Right, thank you, Holly. And of course, these two programs are actually quite synergistic. They work well together. As if you take both programs, you can have an understanding of the opportunities on the Canadian stage and the global stage. So we do have students who consider both programs as well. Are there any other further questions? Looks like we have another question also pertaining to the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program and the Global Immigration Specialist Program. What kind of career opportunities are available after taking those two programs? Holly, do you have any insights on what type of careers one could take after taking either those
Okay, well,
programs?
let's start talking about the Canadian one. We've already clarified that if you want to be a member of the CICC, that this is not the route. But as a career opportunity, if, for instance, I wanted to hire a clerk or an agent, I would definitely want them to have this training because it really helps me. So I think if someone was wanting to work in a law firm or an immigration consulting firm, that having this type of background would be a great selling point. But that's only one small sector. Our graduates also look at securing employment with government, whether it's federal or provincial. Noting that if you're working for the government, you can't be a member of the CICC. So this is a completely different sort of focus on where you can actually apply this knowledge. And right now, the Canadian government is hiring big time. They are in such dire need of employees that I think this would be a great direction to go in. But in addition to that, one can look at, if you prefer to look more within the NGO sector, that most immigration and resettlement agencies would also appreciate an individual having this knowledge if they were going to hire them. So those are sort of just a few of the potential means of acquisition of employment for the Canadian program. For the international one, this sector or industry internationally has just grown unbelievably since I first started. I mean, it used to be that, you know, there was the Canadian Investor Program, and then the US came out with their program. And then all of a sudden there's programs all over the world now. So when you have programs all over the world, you have representatives all over the world, and they're looking for people to work with them as well. So being able to have these skill sets, helping people migrate, you know, from Nigeria to the Caribbean, or, you know, there's just so many different companies out there internationally that would be looking for people who have these skill sets, because we're really drilling down. And this isn't something that you can acquire elsewhere in the world. So it would be a big selling feature to all of those international companies that need skilled people with this knowledge to help these very specialized clients.
Thank you, Holly. And I think as Jen had mentioned in her presentation, the Global Immigration Specialist program covers many countries, I believe over 20 countries. So we help students identify which would be an appropriate fit for their clients, given their investments. So thank you, Holly. Are there any other further questions? Looks like we have a question here from in the chat. To become an immigration consultant agent, what should I study? So if you're referring to becoming an agent, you could take our Canadian Immigration Law Specialist program and work as an agent for a consultant. But if you wish to become an immigration consultant in Canada, you would have to go through the program, the Queen's University program at the for CICC, for the Canadian, for that organization. So you'd have to become regulated through CICC. Looks like we have another question here. I'm an employment and recruitment agency which deals with clients that needs immigration processes along the way. I'm a licensed temporary foreign worker recruiter. If I got the immigration specialist program, can I represent them to the immigration process? So if you are representing clients, you would be you'd have to become an immigration consultant. Holly, do you have any other insights on that?
Yeah,
Perhaps
well,
you want to
I
elaborate?
think the one thing that I'd like everyone to clarify who's asking the question when they're asking about, you know, becoming an agent or representing someone, because we're not just dealing with Canada. Specify, are you only talking about Canada? And if so, then if you want to represent someone to the Canadian government, then you've got to be registered with the Canadian regulator. And within specific provinces, if you're involved in employment and recruitment, then you also know that there's licensing requirements in almost each and every province. And some provinces actually require fairly substantial bonds to be placed in relation to that. So if you want to do immigration representation for employment destined to Canada, then yes, you would have to take the Queen's University program, which isn't to say that what you would take in our program wouldn't be useful. You just wouldn't be able to represent. You'd have to find someone else to do that, unfortunately. If you're looking at internationally, then it's a whole different ballgame. When, say, an independent consultant agent, if you're being an agent for someone, then you might be an agent for a company that's in the Caribbean, for instance, or you could be an agent for someone in China who isn't necessarily doing Canadian immigration, or they might have a Canadian immigration partner with them. But as an agent, you could actually work with any number of agencies around the world, introducing clients to get referral fees and commissions. So I think that sort of covers what the last two questions were relating to.
Thank you, Holly. Yes. Are there any other further questions on our programs before we wrap up today? Okay, it looks like that's all the questions that we have right now. So if anyone has any further questions afterwards, they can please do contact us afterwards. Before we wrap up today, I would like to encourage everyone to check out our website and read about our instructors and our programs. Of course, we're very proud of our instructors, and they've been carefully chosen for their expertise. In addition, we do offer free demo modules of each of our programs. So if you are interested in a specific program, you can explore the free demo module to see how the program works. To request access, just submit a request on our website or email us directly. Our website is globalspecialist.org, and you can apply online for the July 4th start date. You can also email us at info@globalspecialist.org or call us at 1-888-228-4598. So we'd like to thank you for your time, and we do hope to hear from you soon. Goodbye.